stop me now. Don't stop me now. Stop. Stop.
Everybody ready? Yeah. Hit it.
They out here today, man. And girl, they as out here
and
today.
in the jogging pants too, girl.
Ooh. Hey, what's that in your pants? What's that in your pants? Are you just happy to see me?
Or is that a shotgun?
These young boys, they don't know what they're missing. I got that cootie cap for you, eh? I got that cootie cap for you. It don't purr growl. Oh, it growl.
This shit been knighted, boy. You know what I'm saying? The King of England touched this.
I'll suck you like a Werther's original.
While listening to WAP remix, yes we will.
Blow you like a pinwheel.
While sucking on motherfucking the glitter of life.
Oh man,
you know what that is.
Pick this titty up. Pick this titty up.
Go ahead and get it then, young man. I like the ass on
you like cellulite? Oh, you like stretch marks? Your baby mama got it. Your baby mama got it, though. Okay.
You look like Joe Camel. Getting no red rap money.
Ooh. Hey. We can do it anywhere except under a fan, baby. We can do it anywhere except under the fan.
Baby, you dry up still.
Oh, yeah, I still dry. And little dab to do it, though. Little spit. I'm right back at it.
Water base, ain't that a beach? Okay.
This I said this is cootie cat. It got cootie meat. You know? It got old. Cootie meat old.
Baby, you ever want to turtle fuck your auntie? Woo. Give me a call.
Woo.
If you wanna get your body right, that's presidential fitness. Wanna get your booty tight, that's presidential fitness. And the star is born with the unicorn at Presidential Fitness.
That's right, Presidential Fitness, where they offer men's and women's fitness classes, jiu-jitsu, youth classes, and even high-intensity workouts. So if you need to get your body right, come see us at Presidential Fitness, located at 4179 West Jefferson.
If you wanna Wanna get your body right, that's presidential fitness. Wanna get your booty tight, that's presidential fitness. Then the star is born with the unicorn at Presidential Fitness and Female Emporium.
Oh, come on, coach. What's up, man?
Do you know a place you can go where you can drink and smoke and laugh your face off? That's a Real Ninjas podcast.
That's nice. What up, it's me, Perez, and guess what? You can stumble upon a Real Ninjas podcast where we talk about interesting topics, critique underground music, and speak about that fuck shit. And where there's Perez, there's Bread. What up, Bread?
What's up, man?
All right. We got an interesting topic today.
Play it out.
Yes. All right. We are talking about a man's life. All right.
This is a man's life.
And so tonight's podcast is titled "A Real Ninja's Journey: Why a Man's Life Begins at 41."
Hey.
Okay. All right. So, why I came up with this title is mainly because there's a lot of powerful men, let me turn this down. All right. There's a lot of powerful men that's in trouble right now, you know what I mean? So sometimes you have to reflect on the journey. And also we can also learn a little bit on
Good evening.
good evening. Sometimes we can learn a little bit about other people's situations. You know what I mean? So I'm going to start by so what we're going to do today is just go through a man's life. And if you agree with me, let me know. If you don't agree with me, let me know. You know what I mean? So, and we'll be discussing the steps a man takes to become a man, the man he is. Not just a man, the man he is. I know a lot of ladies say, that ain't no man, that's a male. No, that's a man. You know, there's different tiers of men, though. You know what I mean? So, we'll be discussing the flip side, and that's the woman's journey also, you know what I mean? So, but we're focusing on the man's journey, but you can't have one without the other, all right? So, and also maybe you'll learn a little bit about women in the process, okay? So, I feel, and all this comes from, my thinking, you know what I mean? So I might be wrong, but as a 41-year-old man, my life is beginning, and I have observed this before 41, of course, but there's tiers in life, all right? So you can't find too many 22-year-olds that's running grown men, you know what I mean? Like running 40-year-olds and stuff like that, you know? I mean, I couldn't name one. You know what I mean? So it's a process to build up to certain tiers of life. You know what I mean? So
You can't even become the president until you're at least 35.
there you go. You know what I mean?
And that has to speak on the person needs life experience.
There you go.
It has to have gone through some shit. So like, you know, at 35, you might be just starting a family or be like in the middle of a family.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a couple presidents.
Okay.
You know what I mean? A lot of them have at least went to college, you know what I'm saying? If not the army, and seen the world in some fashion.
I feel about 35, you know you want to be the president one day also. Like it's an actual thing that's on your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even Donald Trump said one time he was going to be the president one time. You know what I mean? Like way before he even started running, you know.
Right.
So I think that's you're right though. Can't drive a car, can't rent a car until you're 25.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shoot, why? It's a responsibility thing. You know what I mean? So, so I say every 10 years you evolve. So your Pokemon evolves every 10 years. All right. And
so when you're going from big bro to and even into OG,
there you go.
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? You like just think about those 3 tiers and like how those people act.
Yeah.
You know, those I can't call them personalities. What would they be? Archetypes, I guess.
Archetypes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
archetypes.
like you're a big brother. Like 29 and 35.
Okay.
You feel me?
Uh-huh.
So like 29 is old enough to where you're like could have been through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You're still a shorty.
But you're still kind of a shorty
Uh-huh.
as far as like, all right, if any type of real grown shit hits you, you might panic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But by the time you're 35, you know what I'm saying, you might be 2 baby mamas.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just for example.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're like, oh, okay, I understand where I fucked up with them. I understand where I fucked up and like have to like rewire my perspective and reevaluate myself. You know what I'm saying? So then go on from like 36 to 45 when you become that you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, not only do you have a couple kids and baby mamas, but maybe your sister or brother has them, and so you got nephews and nieces, and so you definitely trying to be an example for them as well as your own kids. And so you know what I'm saying? You thinking about like, so maybe it's a night and it's like, oh shit, I'm finna go out and like get my party on and shit. Like my baby mama's got the kids. And then your sister's like, oh, I got a friend that came into town and it's her only night. Can you please watch little Nene? And you're like, you know what? I can do that. Because like I wasn't really finna do shit anyway.
Exactly.
I was just gonna meet the guys. But like, you know, fuck it. I'll just have them come over here. Little Nene can come over here. She loves Prez anyway.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so like
you playing a video game.
Yeah, like we playing video games anyway. Like we'll stay up and drink juice or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? No big deal. And then and you know, and that's what Unc does. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes Uncle like put himself first still. But a lot of the times it's like, oh, for family, sure. You know what I'm saying? If it's like a real favor for a friend, I got you.
I like the tears you're giving out.
Yeah.
Right now, okay.
Go ahead.
My bad.
Well, I was just going to say the last one. And so then when you become an OG, you know what I'm saying? That's essentially like being a black belt of manhood.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's because like you've learned all the basics and you use them, but in an advanced way now. You know what I'm saying? You for sure have been through probably 90 to 95% of situations by that point. You know what I'm saying? You're knowledgeable about almost anything. And if not, we're in the YouTube age. And all you got to do is be like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Like, you know what I'm saying? On some real levels.
So I broke it down too in tiers. So you broke it down into big bruh, OG, okay?
Yeah, like little niggas, young niggas.
Like young YNs.
But there's little niggas though, which is like 5 to 14.
So hold on, okay. So I got some tiers. Broke down. All right. So, but see, we was thinking the same way. That's how a man's life is. Okay, it's in tiers. So, like I said, every 10 years you evolve. And I say after 4 evolutions, you have reached your peak manhood. You know what I mean? Now, this could be bad or good. You know what I mean? Your peak could be very low. Your peak could be very high. You know what I mean? So, I'm using high school as the analogy. All right. So, Now, how I'm gonna use so every 10 years is a year in high school. So 1 through 10,
Right.
freshman year.
Okay.
11 to 20 is sophomore year.
I hear you, but I wouldn't even start.
I mean, we talking about life, a man's life. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay, his whole life.
yeah, his whole
All
life.
right,
Okay,
continue, my bad.
Becoming a
I
man.
just thought you meant in conjunction with like experience or maybe dating and like.
But all that's in like so. I'm saying
Go ahead.
You
good.
And then so 11 to 20 is sophomore.
Right.
So 21 to 30 is junior, and
31
to 40 is senior. Okay, so when you after you out of high school, that's 41. You know what I mean? So 41.
So now you're getting into college.
There you go. That's when life begins. You got the house now. You know what I mean? So this is a man's life. So to break down, let's go just start with freshman year. All right. The one thing about life is that you're going to graduate 100%. All right. So the only way to not graduate.
I was going to say, maybe the only difference between people that do this is the intelligence level.
Like you can graduate a failure in life.
Yeah. So like you can graduate and not get it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or you can graduate it and as soon as you say, "Oh, I got it."
There you go.
What I'm saying?
You know what I mean? So
we studied this.
You can graduate a failure in life, or you can graduate a success.
Like my freshman year, I went through this exact thing, and I know what to look for.
There you go.
So,
you know what I mean? There you go.
I feel.
So, again, you're going to graduate in life. It can be a societal failure. You can graduate a societal failure or a societal success. You know what I mean? And I'm keeping it real basic on what is a success is. So it's not subjectional. I feel like a success is somebody who succeeds in socially. You know what I mean? And or not, you ain't gotta do both. You know what I mean? Succeed with their offspring. So if so ain't nothing worse than a bitch out here or a dude out here raising horrible kids that's gonna do horrible things when they.
Right.
So you're not raising productive people in society. All right. So you fail off of your offspring, and then let's say all you did was sell drugs all your life. You didn't help society none either.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't even matter if you had 100,000 on at any moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shit. Society, like you can't even be praised for that. You know what I mean? So that's not a success.
That's how you got
in society. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? So so the only meaningful measures of success is your status in society and or the children you raise. Okay, so let's say you like Elon Musk.
Right.
Okay, he ain't really. Let's say he ain't a good dad. Okay, we can't say he didn't contribute to society any though.
Right.
You know what I mean? So or Nick Cannon, probably not the best of dads, but. Entertainment is important. You know what I mean? Doing making
and
people.
he's a successful.
There you go. So and then let's say a woman per se. You know what I mean? Maybe she's not success in business, but she raised some great kids. You know what I mean? Some great kids that possibly become great wives or great men that do great things, you know what I mean? Or if it doesn't gotta be great things, all you gotta do is make some children that are positive in society.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't make no criminals, little YNs, you know what I mean? Little pistol starters, you know what I mean? Shoot, we don't need that stuff. So if you're making a whole bunch of those, you know what I mean? Shoot, you ain't a production to society. So So okay, so let's break it down from 1 through 10. I say 1 through 10 is when you have to. So it's your freshman year, and it's when you're supposed to be innocent, though. You know what I mean? And the bad part about 1 through 10 is that it's not up to you how it goes. You know what I mean? Because if you got bad parents, your 1 through 10 might not be that good. So if you're born to a crackhead, so it ain't even your choice of 1 through 10. Okay, but most people traumas come from that time. You know what I mean? So if you was molested, excuse my language, essayed, diddied. You know what I mean? Let's say he was beat as a child.
Essayed or DV.
Boom. You know what I mean? So it's gonna impact you. You know, so if you have a good parent or good parents, that period will be pleasant for you. Should be. You know what I mean? And it's very good. It's just like school. It's important to have good teachers during this part, and that's normally the mom. 1 through 10, mom. You know what I mean? Because it's about innocence through 1 through 10. So and nurture. You know what I mean? So what do mom do? They set up the play dates and make all the fun stuff. They get the vacations together, stuff like that. You know
but
what I mean?
It's like also, I guess on another level, teaching dudes about like innocence. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But to protect that.
There you
know
go.
What I'm saying?
Because you value it.
It's like, hey son, this is a rose. You're supposed to be gentle with it.
There
and
you
it's
go.
like, okay, if I'm gentle with it, then I'm like doing good and I'm protecting that. Okay, so everything that's like a rose, I gotta protect. Gotcha.
It's hard to understand
kids
when you had a bad childhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe you don't give a fuck about a kid. You know what I mean? Because as a kid, they didn't give a fuck about you. You know what I mean? So yes, it teaches you how to protect that or why you should protect that. You know what I mean? By being innocent, growing up innocent, it teaches you how to protect innocence, why you should protect innocence. You know what I mean? Again, this is when most of your trauma happens. You know what I mean? So,
which is why niggas in jail look down upon that shit.
There you go. You know what I mean? Because that's what all they think of. You know what I mean? Sometimes, not every time, but you know, they know where their life turned and went different at. You know what I mean? Or when they start,
they don't want that shit to happen to other people.
There you go. You know what I mean? Is that so?
And it's protected. Oh, you did that to a kid, and you an adult. Oh, watch this shit. Watch what we do to you.
That 1 through 10, it can catapult you in life or even stunt you in life. You know what I mean? And it could be so if something negative happened to you, it don't mean you're gonna live a negative life. You know what I mean? That negative thing that happened, you could turn into a positive. You know what I mean? So
trauma don't define.
There you go. Those are things that you couldn't control. You know what I mean? So
but yeah, freshman year is about figuring it out. Like you literally.
I don't think it's about figuring it out. I think it's just about being innocent. You know what I mean? You gotta have a time in life where you don't got no responsibility.
I agree. However, to add to it, like what I'm saying is, because as a kid, like you just go by what you feel. You know what I'm saying? So like all kids do. You know what I'm saying? So when we feel like we can fly jumping off the fucking garage with a plastic bag as a parachute.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But-
and some of us do, and some of us are successful.
That's when you
some
supposed
of
to
us
learn.
bust
Yeah.
our shit,
Uh-huh.
and the ones that bust our shit are the ones that are like, oh shit, okay, I can't do that
Mhm.
because now I know.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So like, that's what I mean by figuring out the basics. Hey, putting on a fucking paper bag on your head and running around the house might not be the smartest shit. Like figuring out the basics. You know what I mean?
Holly in the house.
What up, Holly?
Yeah, you right.
So like, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we're being innocent, you know what I'm saying? Which that's totally innocent because a 3-year-old doesn't fucking know to not do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? At the same time, they gotta know where their innocence can take them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so that's part of it too. Type shit.
And also, that's the time where you're doing stuff that kids do, playing with dolls and doing puzzles.
And now there's a
trees.
lot of gray area shit, like you just said, playing with dolls. Okay, well,
I'm talking about ladies. Too.
No, but what I'm saying is, even if a boy's doing it, like maybe back in our day, a lot of parents would be like, "Hey, don't fucking do that." You know what I'm saying? Like when my parents seen me playing with them, they was integrated with Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joes, and like all of them was in a karate turtle. Like it wasn't like I wasn't playing like dolls per se. You know what I'm saying?
She was in this the room.
Yeah, like nigga, I had equal opportunity fighting tournaments. Michelangelo was there, fucking Deathstroke, and fucking Barbie Instincts, man. The fuck? So, yeah.
And it says, freshman year, though, was when you decided if you were going to be smart about what you do or start something different in some way. Not actual freshman.
No,
yeah. This is life. Freshman.
This is for like life. School.
Because I feel sophomore is about figuring it out. Okay. She said, my Barbies lived in the Ghostbuster house.
That's what's up. With Egon and them niggas, man.
Let's go ahead and jump to sophomore, okay? Sophomore, I say, is developing core beliefs and learning about life. That's what you do from 11. And I say, I'm going to say 11 to 20 is the sophomore year.
Yeah.
But 19 and 20 are the limbo years. I'm jumping ahead, but we'll get there. But 11 through 8 is when you're developing your core beliefs and you're learning about life. All right. And
she said, "That's what I'm saying." That year range.
All right. The range you're talking about is 11 to 20. That's in our book. Okay. 1 to 10.
But we're talking about all life.
Yeah, all life.
Years 1 through 10 or 0 through 10.
Yes.
But 0 to 1, you're basically being taken care of without notion. You're learning what your hands and feet are.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I say 11 to 18, you're learning your core beliefs and learning about life. And that's when the stuff that, like, so let's say you was born in the projects and shit, it ain't nothing but gangsters running around. Of course, they ain't recruiting 10-year-olds for real. You know what I mean? But now that you're 11, you're a little tall. I know at 11, so
you had a growth.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So you getting male. Biologically, you are a man. Okay, you got your nuts dropped. You can come. You can have a baby at 11. Okay. That's for a woman too. Okay, so that's so now
You go through puberty,
there you go. You know what I mean?
You're ready.
Now it's time to. I say 11 to 18 is teaching you how to be an adult because you're about to be one.
Right.
So it's time to learn how to be one.
Right.
All right. So
you're not doing the kiddie karate class no more. You're actually starting to learn.
There you go.
The real shit.
Exactly.
So you're not jumping through the hula hoop or like diving over the bag, fun shit.
Playing with
doing the conditioning is what you're doing.
Exactly.
But you're not doing that anymore.
The discipline parts of it. You know what I mean? Not the actual strict, even the striking, getting hit stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
You're doing that.
You're doing that on pads.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I say so 11, so when you hit 11, now it's time to think back what your parents done taught you. You know what I mean? So let's say you grew up in a racist house. You know what I mean? You don't got to be a racist. You know what I mean? Sure, you
don't know you're racist.
Yes. I mean, sure, now you should be...
now you're starting to become aware.
Yeah, because that 1 through 10, you're going to run into kids, you're going to see things your parents do and say, and you're going to
you might repeat it, and it's like, oh, I got in trouble for that.
Exactly, you know what I mean? So by 11, you're cognitive enough
you know what
to know things.
You know what a hard R is.
Exactly, you know what I mean? Sure. You're kind of smart at 11, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's when you start picking and choosing what you're going to, like, let's say you had some good parents and they taught you all good stuff. You know what? I never had a problem with nothing that they taught me. I'm going to just keep all that stuff. Right. You know what I mean? But again, if I grew up in the hood and my dad is a gangster, you know what I mean? And
there was gunfights like every other weekend.
Exactly. I know I could never smoke cigarettes because my stepdad always smoked cigarettes. And you know what I mean? So I saw him and he always thinking and coughing and stuff. You know, I said, you know what? I don't want to smoke no cigarettes. Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's a value he was doing in front of me that I didn't take as a value. You know what I mean? So if your parents was atheists, it's up to you if you're gonna start believing in God or not. You know what I mean? So 1 through 10, you couldn't do. I mean, it wasn't up to you. 11 to 18. It is up to you.
Yeah, you can start deciding.
Exactly. Like I could whoop my mom at 11. You know what I mean? Like I was just as tall as her, probably just as strong. You know what I mean? Shoot. If not 11, definitely 12 and 13 for sure. You know what I mean?
Saying, even if you didn't want to go there, you're still in the. So like you get to 13 and you're like, okay. This ain't what I want my life to be.
Yeah.
My parents, I can't wait till I'm 18 and fucking move out and just start planning for that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I say this is the most rebellious
age
right there, in between there. You know what I mean? That's when you're bucking back.
That's when old punk ass Nipperson comes.
There you go. You know what I mean? You're bucking back because you got your own views about things. Right. You know what I mean? Shoot. And they might not align with your parents, you know
what they think. Right. Go ahead, you good.
Yeah, so this is the time where you rejecting your parents' beliefs. So you look, see, I moved out at 18. That's why I said 11 through 18 is is priority because you're about to be an adult.
Right.
All right. So again, if your parents wouldn't teach you the right things, you know what I mean, and you notice these things, it's up to you to fix those right there. So let's say your mom wouldn't take you to school. You know what I mean? It's up to you to get to school now. You know what I mean? I'm 11. What's that? 7th grade? You know what I mean? Shit.
5th or 4th.
You sure? Hold on.
Yeah.
It ain't 4th grade.
6th grade, maybe.
6th. Oh, let me see. I think that's at least. Yeah, that's 6th grade. That's 6th grade. 11. Oh, what am I about to say right now? What's 11 years old? I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But that's when you can you can. That's when you run away. That's them runaway years. Yeah. You know what I mean? Shoot. And I got a friend, and dad. So my friend is the girl, but she got a husband, and they got one kid together, but he came with a daughter. You know what I mean? So now my friend, I'm gonna say she might not be the best of moms. You know what I mean? She one of the moms that feed you, put food over, put a roof over your head, and she thinks she's the best mom. You know what I mean? She ain't
She's
doing the
the
extra.
best manager.
Yeah, there you go. She's managing her kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, always yelling at them. Get the fuck out of here and cussing at them, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's not a good. I feel like parents like that aren't the best of parents. You know what I mean? Then the dad, drug habits. You know what I mean? Was clean for like 5, went rogue for 2 years, came back, was clean for 3.
They said,
You know what I mean? Shit, rolled for another 3. You know what I mean? So this ain't the best conditions for this little girl. You know what I mean? And she don't listen. You know what I mean? She ain't. She don't. These aren't people that she respect. No. You know what I mean? So she determined she don't gotta listen to them. You know, she done ran away a couple times. This one of the kids that tell the truest to y'all, like the people at the guidance office that she getting beat, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Even though she wasn't getting beat, you know what I mean? She did get a whoop. Exactly, you know what I mean? So that's when you can that's when you again reject your parents' beliefs, be rebellious, you know what I mean? But if and this is also a time, 11 through 18 is a time for you to get over whatever trauma you had between 1 and 10. Okay, so because if you don't get over it yourself, because at some point your trauma don't matter. So if you're still talking about your parents at 40, just fuck you. You know what I mean? Shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You didn't understand the assignment.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Shit. So it's best to get. So it might take you into your 20s to again. You need a good teacher. Your dad. Your dad is between 11 and 18. Dad needs to be there. You know what I mean? Those are the. That's the guy that tell you to. All right. Hey man. Put the army man up, bro. You know what I mean? Shit, it's time to get outside. Let's go do some squats. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's go do this. Now it's time to put you through something. You'll write a passage. You know. Yeah.
Now at 13, your child can sign a form at the doctor for you not to be able to speak with the doctor or staff, which is wild. Kids are too young to make any serious medical decision. They're not mature enough to do things in society. It's wild. Yes, some people are still carrying childhood trauma until geriatrichood.
Yeah.
Now, speaking to that, then should we raise the age of niggas being able to have to go to war? Because how is it that you only got to be 18 to go to war, but I got to be 21 when I come back from war to drink a fucking beer and now buy cigarettes?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
like if you a veteran, all bets should be off.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get a beer off top once you pass boot camp. Like.
I feel in that case, if I go to war, I should be able to now.
I'm a fucking man.
With my veterans card, I can get me a fucking drink. You know what I mean? Shit, you know.
With this veterans card, I'm like this is my 21 ID and over.
Regular 18-year-olds shouldn't be able to drink. You know what I mean? But if I'm in fucking Nam right now, I just can't.
If I just came back from Iraq
and I'm 20, I should be able to get me a fucking drink.
I fought at Pearl Harbor too, bitch.
I know how to strip down a field arm. You know what I mean?
You know M249 fucking machine gun.
Yeah, I should be able to give me a drink. Man. You know what I mean? If I seen insurgents explode, I definitely should give me a drink. You know?
Man.
How it is. They should definitely be 21. They come in during high school and manipulate kids who don't know any better. I mean, I'm for 18 because, I mean, me personally, I want the best of the. I want the expendable thrown at waves of people that need to be saved. You know what I mean? So, like, 18-year-olds, they're gonna get out there and get to it. You know what I mean? They fresh out of high school. They still got cardio. You know what I mean? Shit. So I'm all right with that. You know what I mean? Let's just give them some perks though. I had a recruiter stop my son and his friend at Walmart. Yeah, they always trying to sign you up.
They don't care about the lives that they sign up, man.
I mean, shoot. Army, shit. All you need is some people to follow your direction. That's an army. You know what I mean? So it doesn't even matter who is. That's why they let women in. You know what I mean? Shit. Go over here, Shelly. Don't really see y'all to the front line, but fly this drone.
Yeah, you can get on this computer.
Yeah, fly this drone over there and drop this bomb.
These biscuits.
Yeah. So yeah, from 11 to 18. That's when it is real serious, because you need to develop your own lookout on life, because you're about to be an adult. But 19 and 20 is, I feel like those are your free pass years. You only get 2. You know what I mean? So when you're 18, you're probably still in high school when you turn 18. You know what I mean? And okay. Well, normally when you hit 18, you still in high school. It's in your senior year. You know what I mean? And so rounding off to 19 and 20 are the years where you officially an adult. You're out the house. Now you're making your own decisions. You can still be in the house, but now you make your own decisions. You know,
right?
Kind of say it's not worth the PTSD for the people who do go to war. What you get in return to go to war? I mean, they get incentives to go. As a man, you can't even vote unless you sign up for the war. You know what I mean? So if you don't sign up for the war, you can't vote.
Right.
And so that's the perk right there. You know what I mean? Women don't gotta go to war and they still get to vote. That's just a double standard that we live by. You know what I mean? It's the only perk it is. They get perks like schooling and money and healthcare and stuff like that. So I feel like the army and stuff is for the guys who are for regular guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going to be doing too many things. They're not going to be creating nothing. They're not that smart. You know what I mean? They can go. Not that smart.
The Superman type.
Not even that.
I'm just saying, like the dudes that came up in a small town. Dad died in a combine accident. You know what I'm saying? Mom only got 10 years left. And it's and she's like, Henry, your father and I want you to see the world. So we saved you a couple of trinkets for you to take to the antique store.
Oh man.
And just, whatever can help. That type of shit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga's like, you know what? I'm going to go to the army and be all I can be for you and Dad.
The army is for almost the lanes. I'm not I'm not trying to talk about none of it. We appreciate your service. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about only the guys.
And we're not talking about the niggas that's like, oh no, I'm gonna go to the army and snap.
No, green,
and they do.
You a Green Beret?
Yeah.
No, okay, no, you agree? You trying to be the echelon of the army?
Yeah.
We can say something else
like
about
that.
it,
You feel like
those
that's
are
your,
the Supermen,
right?
You know what I mean?
Feel like that's your purpose. And you go there and do that shit and come back talking about, oh, nigga, this is how you disarm a bomb. We ain't talking about y'all niggas. We talking about the niggas with nothing else to do and think that that's what they got to do in order to, you know what I'm saying, be something of themselves.
Yes. A lot of people are in service and have never left Illinois, men and women.
That's crazy.
But they can be called.
Besides initial training, they have never left Illinois besides to do their initial training. Navy SEALs are badass too.
I mean, too. You got them if you need them. You know what I mean? They reserve stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be going overseas. We don't need them overseas. They're going to play games here. And if we need you, you at least know the procedure. You know what I mean? So that's what that's.
You know, Army tactics.
But again, 19 and 20 is when you fuck up. That's when you can. I feel like 19 and 20 makes who you are as an adult for real. Because, so let's say that's when it's literally limbo. You know what I mean? 19 and 20. You know, definitely for men. You know what I mean? And for women, but it's not as bad as a limbo for men. So 19, so you just came out of high school, you might have been the big dog. But now at 19, out of school, you in the real world, you're not. Okay, so when you're standing next to some other men, you might not be the big, you're not the big dog now. You know what I mean? Right. Sure. You're not the guy. You the person they ain't listening to now. You know what I mean? When you're 19 and 20, I mean, like, you still got a boy body sometimes. You know, most likely.
Maybe a grown face.
Yeah, but you still got a boy body. You know what I mean? It's like I'm 230, and like let's say I was 180 in high school. Okay, and so when I fight 185 at a fight, this not a high school body though. You know what I mean? So it's a difference. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know. So you ain't grown into your looks yet. You're out on your own for the first time. So now you have to be responsible for yourself. You know what I mean? So usually most people get their first little weed charge during 19 or 20. You know what I mean? Shoot, I know
underage drinking.
There you go. You know what I mean? And also, it's a lot more slaps on the wrist. You know what I mean? At 19, 20. You know, so if you get caught selling drugs at 19, 20, you're gonna go to boot camp. You know what I mean? Shoot, she said it's like you have a double puberty in life. Yeah. You know what I mean? Shoot.
As a man. No, I was. I was just saying a double puberty as a man.
Oh yeah. So, and if you
what up, Uncle Nephew?
What up? So if you go to jail and stuff during 19 and 20, you're probably going back again. You know what I mean? Shoot, I'm talking about so fresh.
It depends on what you go for.
Well, I'm saying fresh into adulthood, and you're going to jail. Immediately, almost. That's a red flag in life right there. You know what I mean? So you're already messing up, already putting yourself on a bad path. You know, but statistically, if you go through them years, 18 and 19, and get arrested, statistically you go back again. You know what I mean? So the majority goes back if they go to jail in 19 and 20. And also it's a time where you can fuck up this when you switching majors. Like let's say you're doing good stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's still a time to fuck up or switch up. Now you're fuck up. You know what I mean? This is the unsure time where you can make up your mind right now what you about to go do. So if I'm in school at 19, this ain't for me. I can drop out now. You know what I mean? I still got some time. You know what I mean? You don't want to drop out. You don't want to go to school at 18 and drop out at 22 or 21. You know, you just wasted a few years right there. You know, like I know, like just in limbo. To the Janelle story, that was limbo for me. You know what I mean? I don't really know how to navigate women right there. You know. Right. Also, the ages of 11 to 20 for a woman is like when they outshine men. Also, definitely in the relationship sense, because once you hit 11, 12, you know what I mean. Guys, you got crushes. People got crushes on you. You're starting to like people like
That's
Justin
older than
Timberlake,
you
yeah,
and
you know,
shit.
stuff like that. You're into looking pretty now. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Things guys nuts still stink at 13.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shit, he ain't even taking showers every day. You know what I mean? If somebody tell you at 13 they took a shower every day without their mama telling them, I really don't believe it.
I really don't.
I don't believe that. I ain't saying you have to be a nasty little motherfucker, but every day, no, you skipped 2 days before. You didn't go, you take a shower. You took a shower on Monday, then take a shower till Thursday before. Just start waking up, putting some deodorant on. We know that.
I feel like 17 for a man is the perfect age to almost do anything, like even up to unaliving somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you can mess with older women and not get in trouble, possibly. You know what I'm saying?
2 days.
2 days. What?
2 days of what? 2 days of what?
I don't know. I don't even know what he's talking about.
What you saying?
I was just saying that's the perfect age. Like you could be out. You're like old enough to look old enough for certain shit, but yet you're still young enough that if like you get caught or in trouble for something, they'll be like, "Oh, it's a kid." Right? You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 days. Yeah. Your son definitely went 2 days without a shower.
Yeah. Oh,
100%. You know what I mean? I ain't
smelling like vinegar and corn chips everywhere.
He throw deodorant on, you know what I mean? Shit.
But over funk.
And it's doo-doo stains in your drawers.
So now it's just caked on doo-doo with potpourri break.
And he got doo-doo stains on the basketball shorts too. It went through.
11 through 20.
So yeah, that night. So 11 through 18, that's when you are figuring out stuff. You know what I mean? Shoot, reading books, how you interacting with other people. You know what I mean? Shoot, this is where you become a good guy or a creep almost. You know what I mean? Yeah, young boys hate to hear the word shower. I think I was a strong shower senior year. Like I'm
definitely when I started talking to females, I was like, oh, I got to smell right. Because what if they go down on me?
I took good showers sophomore year on up, but I'm gonna say I might have missed a day or two. You know what I mean? But senior year, that's when I locked in. I was like, okay, shoot. Let me wash my ass. You know what I mean?
I didn't start skipping showers until like I was on the road rapping. You know what I'm saying? And then it just like was like, I'm finna do another show, and then I'll shower after that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that was your sophomore year. Now, your junior year, I'll say is for discovering your path. Okay, so
junior year was my favorite year of high school.
Well, there you go. You know what I mean? Shit, it's discovering your path. You know what I mean? Shit, it's figuring it out.
Because you're a lower upper class.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
You got the benefits of adulthood. You know what I mean? I'm talking about life.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? Just like you said, junior has all the benefits of an upperclassman, but I'm not a senior. You know what I mean? So when you hit 21, you can buy drinks and stuff now. You know,
can do basically all the adult shit.
This is where you're trying different things because now you're an adult. You want to set yourself up to. So when I say trying different things, let's say
now that you're an adult, you're like, oh, now I can go to Coachella and get a fucking drink.
There you go.
I can go see fucking, I can go to Vegas and see a fucking David Copperfield show. And like, I'm above 21 now. You know what I'm saying?
This is where you making mistakes. You know what I mean?
Figuring it out in the world.
Yes.
Not in the dojo.
Yeah.
Like you were in sophomore year.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So now you're outside and
it's real world application.
Oh yeah. So you're trying different things, like different jobs, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like doing that. I don't like working there, you know what I mean? This is where you're exploring, you know what I mean? So, as a man, I feel like this is where you're building your masculine perception. You know what I mean? So like to start working out when you're 30 or to start going to school when you're 31 or something like that is crazy. You know what I mean? To start getting that, like your path going, you know what I mean? So let's say one of my things I start doing harder, even though I was rapping since I was 12, you know what I mean? But once I hit like 21, I'm in the club. There ain't no sneaking going on, you know what I mean? So boom, now I'm really making tracks now. I can give them to the DJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I can perform.
I can get up in here and do my thing now, you know what I mean? So that's when shit just anecdotally for myself, that's when I was going to Bad Boy Records and I was going to I went to Interscope, I went to So Def, I recorded songs in those places. And then so my path, I thought my path was rap, you know what I mean? Right. So, and then I'm selling drugs and rapping at that, you know what I mean? So this is what I'm learning. I'm learning life, you know what I mean? Shoot, you've been growing up listening to all the rap songs and selling drugs, cool, you know what I mean? It's gonna get you all the money, you know what I mean? Shit. Pies, flipping birds, you know what I mean? I'm ready to, man, I'm the snowman, you know what I mean? Type shit. So then you find out there's a lot of consequences to those things, you know what I mean? It ain't that sweet, you know what I mean? Shoot, the money was good, but it wasn't sweet enough. Look at me, it says slanging and singing, yeah, sure. Trapping and rapping, that's all I say. That's all I'm doing is just trapping and rapping. So, so you learn, that's where you fuck up. So just anecdotal, let me just say with you. So, boom, had a baby on the way at 20, you know what I mean? She had her at 20, and now I was selling drugs by 21, you know what I mean? Rapping hard, going hard, by 24, in prison. You know what I mean? Shit. Then got out of prison, you know what I mean, at 25, and you learn something, you know what I mean? Shit. Okay, so I'm learning as I go. This is the time to fuck up right now because I can't do, if I get in trouble again, so that was my first offense, I got me boot camp. All I had to do is go do a little bit over a year and I was straight, you know what I mean? So, and now I'm out. But next time I get into some trouble for some drugs or something like that, I'm sitting down for at least 5. You know what I mean? 5. Shit, I got 8 originally. You know what I mean? So at 24, I wasn't supposed to be getting out till 32. You know what I mean? So so if I mess up again, I'm gonna be sitting down. So I learned. You know, I messed up, I learned. So now I'm actually behind now. You know, all your friends that was in college and now they already out now, you know what I mean? Shit. I wasn't in college, but I was on my path, you know. If I didn't go in, if I didn't get locked up, you know what I mean, you probably would still have money, still doing your thing, you know what I mean? True, but now I'm behind now, you know, so and I was building a masculine presentation, but it wasn't the positive one. You know what I mean? So now
it was Scarface.
There you go.
And not the rapper.
You don't want that in your 30s. For real, shit. You don't want to be that in your 30s. So, because shit, you getting looked at. You know what I mean? Shit. Now, in your 30s, you part of a RICO case somehow. You know what I mean? Shit. You definitely got that's dealing with a lot of people. You know what I mean? So, another thing about 21 to 30 for a man is that you don't have to have kids during this point. You know what I mean? You don't have to. You know what I mean? Like women don't have to, but they should. You know what I mean? So that's the best time for them to have kids. So that's what makes it a little different for them.
But this is how their value can increase if they understand what's going on for them in the world.
There you go. You know what I mean? Shit. So again, if you go back for the ladies all the way to freshman year, if she didn't get essayed and DV'd all through that time, because you know a girl ain't gonna get over that no time soon. You know what I mean? So now in high school, she the girl that was getting fingered in the bathroom or sucking dick in the bathroom or stuff like this, getting fucked in the bathroom, smoking weed, possibly even doing drugs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And this like on school ground, like you ain't even doing this shit in places you don't get in trouble for. You know what I mean? Shit. She the girl that's not coming to school or coming to school with Zima in her water bottle, you know what I mean? Shit, getting fucked up in school, you know what I mean? Shit. Then you take that on to your 20s, you know what I mean? Shit, you might be fucked up now, you know what I mean? Shit.
Like, if that's how you was in your teens,
man,
in your 20s, you definitely got a baby.
You got a baby, going hard, you know what I mean? Shit, and you don't want, but you want a baby the positive way though. So let's say you was raised good during your freshman year, remained a virgin till you was 18 in your sophomore year, and now you and you got some virtues and some shit.
And
guys,
your dad's in your life.
There you go. You know what I mean? So you having a baby around 21 or something like that, you probably married. You know what I mean? Somebody probably cuffed that up if you only been with one person. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know, you wasn't a little hoe in high school. You know, so men don't gotta have babies during this time, because a man can have babies in their later years. So a relationship isn't even something that a young man in his 20s should be chasing. You know what I mean? Like it's okay to get your experience on with the women though.
Right.
I feel like during this point, 21 to 30, that's when it's okay to be in the friend zone. No.
Right.
Okay. You should be you a sniper. There you go. You know what I mean? Sure. You learning from this girlfriend of yours on how women act. You know what I mean? Shoot. And you're gonna be able to peep everything. You know, a lot of guys can't wait that long. You know, that's a long time. You know, but if you ain't got no choice, she's just a skinny dude working Walmart. You know what I mean? If you work Walmart long enough, you become somebody who gets paid. You know what I mean? Shit, so ain't nothing wrong with that either. You know,
you can afford a little couple Culver's meat.
But you just a junior though. You know what I mean? Shit, you know what I mean? Shit, you might get some pussy, might not though. You know what I mean? Shit, as a junior. You know what I mean? Shit.
It's definitely possible.
Senior might get you. You know what I mean? Shit, senior might snatch your cakes out your hands. You know what I mean? Shit. That happened to me once. I was a sophomore, and I went to a senior prom. My cousin, his friend didn't have no date, so he's like, "Man, my cousin will take you." You know what I mean? So she said, "Okay, then." So yeah, so I'll take her to prom. I'm talking about we went out to eat. I'm talking about I'm paying for everything, just like a date and everything. But I didn't pay for the we dined and dash. I didn't let him know that. You know what I mean? It was like it had to be like a $250 bill, and I was like, man, we got enough money for pictures.
Yeah.
I got $60. This says like this about to be going right here. So I told him, I said, hey, everybody, I said, I got it, y'all. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and go to the car, man. I got it. Give me your bills. You know what I mean? Shit. As soon as they left, I dipped out too. You know what I mean? Shit.
So you were out the restaurant and your friend.
Mm-hmm. They threw nobody.
Oh.
No, I said it's on me. I got it. I'm the freshman too. I mean, I'm the sophomore too. All these seniors here. I got it, y'all. Go ahead, man. Y'all go get the car. You know, they all walk out, and I come out. We was all in a van, and I come out. The van just right there. I hop in, shut the door. The motherfucking waiter come out looking left and right. You know what I mean? I'm still like we right in front of him. I'm in some. It's 10 on the. I'm like, oh shit, John. I can't tell him to leave. I can't be too anxious because they don't know.
All right, I'm ready.
They like, I'm like, come on, drive. My brother told me to never date or talk to any juniors or seniors when I was going into my freshman year. That's how I'm supposed to go. Because these days, people have been all over Facebook. Do you know these kids? So we get to prom. I'm talking about how a senior got. You know what I mean? We get to prom, and I'm talking about my date was cold. I don't know why you don't got no date. No date. She was like one of the baddies in school. You know what I mean? Right. And well, to the sophomore she was for sure. You know what I mean? But so shit, I did all that, paid for pictures, all that stuff. And then nigga, I'm gonna say his name, T.Y. We still friends, you know what I mean? Shit. T.Y. snatched my bitch up. He was a senior at the time, though, you know what I mean? So T.Y. snatched my bitch up. Like they my cousin came and said, man, she told me to tell you she left with T.Y. I'm like, damn, I said she left. And then they went and did whatever they went and did, and then I seen her after prom, bitch, and T.Y. wasn't there. You know what I mean? Right. See? So I would have still been with you right now. You know what I mean? I was dead.
I hope we got you pregnant.
Yeah, that's when a senior got me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, 21 to 31, you discovering your life path. You're figuring out what you want to do, what you're going to go full steam on. You know, shoot, it's a time to fail and make mistakes because you got 10 years to do it. You know what I mean? Right. Hopefully you do those in your earlier years, which you probably are going to do it in your earlier years. I was young and dumb, you know what I mean? Shit. So
my suggestion for dudes 21 to 30 is at minimum find something you're interested in and explore that until like that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? At max, be passionate about something and do that. Figure out how to, I guess, monetize it.
And the earlier you find that is very important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you know, if you're interested in, like, just for example, if you're like, oh, well, as a kid, I was like really into like doodling and drawing, but then like I got this office job and now all I do is just doodle at the office. Well, nigga, sell that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like not only that, but like
go be a street
you
drawer.
think it's nothing, but like you've been doing that same nothing for 10 to 15 years. It's something.
You're an expert at it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So take that and parlay it into, you know what I'm saying? You obviously love doing it. Like, that's what I wish motherfuckers would have told me to do or help me be on. Like, because I'd have been on doing electric vehicles. Like at this point in life, like from 20 years ago, nigga, shit. From even 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so that's your junior year. You know what I mean? 21 to 30.
Figure that out your junior year.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, figure out what you're doing. And then from 31 to 40, you should, yes. Now it's time to go full steam. You have your career path set and locked in. You know what you're good at. You know what you like to do. And you should, and again, if you got good teachers, parents, you know what I mean? Most likely your parents, because those are the people who has nothing to gain or lose from helping you, you know what I mean? And they want to help you. So if you got good parents that's directing you, you can figure this stuff out pretty early and stuff. But yeah, from 31 to 40, you should know what you're going to do, have a plan on how you're going to get there. If anything, you making the plan though. You know what I mean? You ain't got to have a plan set. Again, the earlier you know what you want to do, the better. And so in this stage, the earlier you know your plan, the better. You know what I mean? So by 30, you should have, let's just say you were working at Walmart. You know what I mean? And that's
for 9 years.
Yeah, but I'm talking about from 21 to 30. You were working at Walmart that whole time, right? So obviously you was doing that whole time. And you like doing this stuff, you know what I mean? So you like being the boss. You definitely, by 31 at Walmart, doing 10 to 12 years, you got promoted at least 2-3 times. You know what I mean? Shit, you're somebody important.
You're definitely a shift leader at minimum.
Yes, you know what I mean? By then, you definitely develop your masculine presence. You know what I mean? So you're a leader. You're a boss here at a super chain store. You know what I mean? So between 31 and 40, you should have an understanding of your path too. You know what I mean? So you should know why you're doing it and why you trying to get to where you're getting to. You know, and it's also you got to be for the ladies. This is the best time to. It's really your last time to sneak in and get a good guy right there. You know what I mean? Shit. So if he's on his path, you want to get him before he get it rolling. Yeah. Okay, because then like shit. You wasn't there before he got it rolling, you know what I mean? So you was there after he got it rolling. So I suggest getting your man in between 21 and 30, but 31 and 40 is cutting it close. You know what I mean? You're gonna miss your chance. Right. Because a lot of ladies think I'll just have there's women out here that say I'll just have a baby when I'm 35. How you gonna do that? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'll say. Exactly. You know what I mean? Then you gotta find a guy that's trying to have a baby with an old woman. You know what I mean? I mean, when it comes to babies, you're old. You know what I mean? You're an old woman if you're talking about having babies at 35. Right. You know what I mean? Because you can have them as early as 11. So you 20 plus years strong, and
it's prime womb that's not incubating anything.
A damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I snatched me a solid unk in my late 30s.
I think I'm ahead of the curve though. So I'm trying to get my OG title by 44. You know what I'm saying? So I got less than 2 years to achieve.
I already put myself in the OG title.
That's what I feel like, but I understand paying dues.
I feel like like I have directed enough young men to be the OG now. You know what I mean? She was like, I'm gonna say I got a legit. I'll say at least it's definitely 250 minimum. I will say at least 300. 300 young men that came through my door, and I understand they fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Shit. And so, and that's all. And building my masculine presence. That was between 30 and 40, 31 and 40. You know. Yeah, so 31 and 40.
That's senior year.
Developing your past, that's senior year. Shoot, like I said, for sure, 100%. In life, you're going to graduate. So now, after you get out into your senior year, now you're in your 40s. So 41, that's why I said a man's life starts at 41. Now, all that work you can put in, you know what I mean? Shit. We can even go, let's say the earliest thing I was doing was rap. You know what I mean? So the catalog, you know what I mean? Shit, is massive. You know what I mean? At 41. And it's something to brag about, you know what I mean? Shit. When the younger people that's underneath you and your tutelage, they didn't even know you was a rapper at one point.
Yeah.
Impress them. Oh man, you know what I mean? Shit. That's so just then so at 41 to 50, that's when you ignite your path. You know what I mean? So that's when you you've been on it. Now you done put 10 years into doing it. Now it's time for me to I'm reaping benefits now. You know what I mean? To catch a man in his 41 to 50-year-old phase and lock him down is hard. Okay,
Yeah.
shit, like it's hard. Okay, and you gotta qualify. You know what I mean? Shit, the qualifications are shit. It's young. I know that's one. if nigga 41 to 50.
As close to a blank canvas as possible.
41 to 50. You gotta be
Because
between the ages.
listen, I've learned in my recent years
Mhm.
that they could still be a canvas that like, oh, this little corner fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But it's a brand new canvas. It just got like along the way in shipping, somebody mishandled it, that one person. You know what I'm saying? And that still could fuck the shit up.
Oh yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yes.
what I'm saying is, even with that, you got to be careful because you go paint your pick on this fucked up canvas that
Again,
and people still don't understand.
So let's say, okay, man, 41 to 50. If he gonna get locked down by something, it's something between 18 to 24, 28 minimum. I mean, max. You know what I mean? So locked down.
Locked down.
You know what I mean? He said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and chill out now. You know what I mean? Shit. I've been going hard. I'm making 100,000. I can afford to, and I'm still building myself up. You gonna pick you up a little thing. You know what I mean? Shit, something that's pleasant. And,
Something that's
you know what I mean? Shit. So
easy on the eyes and the mouth.
yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm saying?
So and again, and these, but so. If you're going,
if it's a different world, you're gonna pick up a young Whitley Gill.
There you go. And if you go on between 18 to 28 to your 18 to 28, that their freshman year, their freshman and sophomore year matters on how you deal with it. You know what I mean? So you might even get you a nice smudge canvas. It's just a little. You know what I mean? I paint on that. You know what I mean? But
or I'll make that into a happy tree.
There you go. You know what I mean? So, that I mean, if that smudge came from being in the trunk, you know what I mean? Shit, for you know what I mean? You got a problem. You know what I mean? Shit. So
And now that canvas got abandonment issues. You feel me?
So
Because rarely is a canvas messed up and not traumatized from it or learns that, you know what, it is what it is. Somebody will still love to paint on me or paint these walls.
That was way different for a woman between the age of 41 and 50.
That's what I'm saying. No, for them, so the opposite is we have to be already a masterpiece. Like we have to be the Mona Lisa already, or the statue of David.
You're pretty much who you is around 41. You know
yeah. So at 41, you know what I'm saying. If you're not a telltale heart,
there you go.
You know what I'm saying. Then you're Dr. Seuss.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
Which like can still be good, and like somebody likes that, but what?
It's goofy.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like we can appreciate that, but no, niggas want. You know what I'm saying? They want females want the masterpiece. You know what I mean?
So in your term, this was the up stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
OG is 51 and up. Okay. In a lot of cases, hold on. Here we go. She said, somewhere you can have many freak offs with minus the lube and half the drugs. So 41 through 50, that's when you graduate life for a man. You know what I mean? Shit. And again,
like you know all the shit at this point. So you know how to drive a pickup with a trailer on it. You can release a boat into the lake, no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
You
helping the 50-year-olds with stuff.
Yeah, you know how to hoist a sail on a sailboat and tie at least 30 different knots. What else should you be able to do at that point? You could do 80% of maintenance to a regular combustion vehicle, i.e. tires, oil, fill all liquids, you know what I'm saying? Change a carburetor, change an alternator. You can, seal a gasket if you need. You can pull the engine out, you know what I'm saying? Like you're like golden in almost every stat. Like
you should
all your stats are maxed out, and then 3 other categories have like +1 or 2 because of your bonus armor and shit.
Now you should be like that, but if you don't, so when you graduate in life, how do you I was just looking at some ladies from high school. Have you know a couple of them talking about they got jowls? You know what I mean? So. Like that, you know what I mean? They look 50 plus. You know what I mean? I was telling a client of mine, I showed her a picture. I said, look at this lady. I said, this lady is a year younger than me. And Kim, if you know Kim here at the gym, Kim about like 64. Beautiful. You know what I mean? Shit. And this girl looked older than Kim. You know what I mean? Shit. Then it's guys I know that lost a lot of their teeth. You know what I mean? One nigga shot up. You know what I mean? When you reach 40, 41, that's when life starts showing you. And definitely, I mean, you can't hide it now. You know what I mean? So definitely for a female. You know what I mean? So if you're a pretty woman, you probably can push that to about 40. You know what I mean? Before life says, hey, and don't let you not be taking care of yourself.
I was just going to say that. I feel like the ones that are over 40 that are like gorgeous, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Them the ones that are doing it right on the female side. You know what I'm saying? They went through Life High School and then, you know, went to an Ivy League Life College.
They wasn't evil ladies,
yeah,
too.
you know
Evil show.
No, yes. Like, so look, they're like 55 and you see them at a cocktail bar, you know what I'm saying? Maybe smoking a Virginia Slim type shit. You feel me? And she just chilling, you know what I'm saying? And a nigga come up, and a nigga come up, be like, ma'am, can I buy you a drink? And she like, nigga, what's your name? You know what I'm saying? Because she still got a little attitude about her. Because she's single, like, you know, but one of her husbands died, and the other one cheated on her, so she had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was justified in leaving that situation. The second one was a cheater, and now she's just fresh out of that 2-3 years, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, she's a little bitter.
She's a kept woman.
But yeah, she's a little bitter, but up until this last nigga, basically, that's where the trauma comes from. And she knows how to deal with it. She's just like...
It's new trauma.
Yeah, exactly.
She just got to get over it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But like, but you see her, and it's like, she's 55, you like, damn, you've been feminine all your life. Nigga, like, you know what I'm saying?
When you fine at 45, fine at 50, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And it's like, I know you got an elliptical at home. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm talking about facial more, mostly also, you know what I mean? Like you can gain some weight, you know what I mean? But when you got the crow's nests in the corner of your lips, you know what I mean? At fucking 40 something, you know what I mean? Shit. Like, when we was growing up, the laugh, bad ones though, you know what I mean? Those cackle lines, you know what I mean? Shoot, because your laugh line should be your smile lines, not the, you know what I mean? When you, not the Cruella,
not the Cruella
smile, not the Cruella smile, you know? Shoot, but definitely. Bad living shows a lot on women, you know what I mean? Like, I feel guys can get it together, you know what I mean? Just a big nigga, that was
6 months.
There you go, you know what I mean? Shit.
And like he'll still be big, but he'll be fit, and all his clothes will look right.
You know what I mean? And even getting clean, you know what I mean? Shit, and it looks different on a man, you know what I mean? Shit. Lady getting clean, you just look like an old drunk. What? Okay, you like you used to be a drunk.
You look like an old drunk.
You ain't no drunk no more. You look like you used to get fucked up.
That's funny as fuck. Whole body skinny except her belly. You still drink Michelob and not Ultra.
Yeah, 41 to 50, that's when you're stingy with life, for real. You know what I mean? Shoot, as a man, you gotta be making all the decisions between this time. You like, it's okay to have in your 20s, okay, babe, you know, no problem, you know what I'm saying? We'll do that, you know what I mean? Or happy wife, happy life in 20s, but then you figure out in the 30s, this bitch is taking advantage of that shit, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So now
this bitch it's called Chibachi, but she call it Givenchy, and all she want to do is fuck me and run through my accounts till they empty. This is the butcher, bitch.
What's that all for? What's that all for?
That Benny the Butcher.
Oh, okay.
Off Dr. Bird.
So when you're in your 30s, you might let some shit slide, you know what I mean? But when you get in your 40s, if you ain't making all your decisions, you know what I mean? Shit, it's okay to have some counsel, you know what I mean? Whoever your lady is, maybe your friends or something like that.
Right.
But every decision in your life, because you're the leader of your life, and anybody who is in your life is like being led by me, follows me. So I'm making all the decisions, you know what I mean? So that's what you got to do. So let me see. I had to make a decision on like so. I you know what? And so my daughters, they are in college. You know what I mean? They're doing great. They never gave me no problems. Everything they got, they deserve. You know what I mean? So to make their lives easier, I do take care of both of their bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had a choice. I've been trying to save up for. I wanna do something major with the podcast. So I've been trying to save up. You know what I mean? But my daughter wanted to go to a concert, and she definitely deserved it. You know what I mean? Right. She ain't never been to a concert without me. You know what I mean? So she wanted to go to a concert. I don't even know who the artist is. You know what I mean? It was something local, but I don't know who this person is. You know what I mean? She they song. I don't know who they is, but she liked him. She wanted to go see him, and tickets. She wanted a friend to go to, so tickets like $250. I gotta make the decision to take. That ain't a lot of money, but I told myself I'm saving up money. You know what I mean? Shit. So I had to make a decision. Okay. For myself. So even if my lady told me we need something like this, I gotta. Even if my lady told me, hey, don't do that because we need it for something else, it's up to me to make that decision. Right. If I'm going to pay. So yeah. So you gotta make all your decisions, even if it's no matter what it is. I'm just trying to figure out a decision. I ain't got too many hard decisions to make. Right. You know what I mean? Shit. I done set my life up where it pretty much bills need to be paid. Okay. My daughter needed something, I usually got it, you know what I mean? But I just didn't want to take out my savings, you know?
Right. Because this is important to me at any other time.
There you go. You know what I mean? I did, though. But...
Yeah. I get you.
You got to be selfish with your career path. So whatever you on, that's what you got to be on.
Well, I mean, even like coming from you to them, then like, you know, because for example, my kids will be like, hey, can we go on a float trip? And I'm like, all right, well, and say the date's like a month and a half out, and I'm like, all right, well, up until then, you know, we can't do nothing because we're saving for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? This will teach you the value of, like, you know, understanding, like, having a goal. This is how we achieve it, and once you achieve it, you'll appreciate it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So, and that's the OG status on your 41 to 50.
Word up.
So, recap. Freshman year is all about being innocent. That's from 1 to 10. That's when you're playing hopscotch and tetherball. Yeah, you know what I mean? So you're learning how to play with others well, not to put your hands on people when, or punch them when you're upset, stuff like that. That's when you're learning those little lessons. Because if you don't learn those lessons then, and you take them over to your sophomore year, 11 to 20,
you're going to have a rough time.
You know what I mean? Because this is when, like even for girls, from 1 to 10, a little boy and a little girl pretty much even. You know what I mean? Shit with strength and running and jumping. But if you think you can still hit boys at 12, you got nothing coming because they might whoop you. You was whooping boys. I remember my sister. She was whooping like that's where I'm gonna go get my sister. That's where that comes from. You know what I mean? Because your sister can take care of this. You know what I mean? Because she just as big as them. And just as strong because we all the same age. You know
You're 8, she's 14.
Man, boom.
She's gonna handle you.
Boom. You know what I mean? So,
experience me.
Exactly. But and sister used to handle. You know what I mean? Shit. But eventually, you know, like I remember the day me and my sister stopped fighting. You know what I mean? We was in Columbus, Ohio. We didn't have no TV. You know what I mean? So she just started picking up argument with me, and just like every day, I'm talking about fighting as in
It's like arguing.
no. She throwing punches, I'm blocking, I'm throwing me some kicks and punches. Sister can get out, you know what I mean? Shit. So we rolling, and like we got each other some lock moves, and we both just started laughing, you know what I mean? And well, I started laughing because like I think we was on the same page. Like, shit, I'm bigger than you, right? You know what I mean? Shit, like I've been handling it, and I think that's what it was. She realized, oh, okay, this ain't the same. You know what I mean? Shit.
Like, he gonna fuck me up.
We was already good. We was already best friends, but we hate each other back then. You know what I mean? During that time, we didn't really hate each other. But, you know, you don't like the little stuff. There you go. After that, best friends forever. You know what I mean? Shit. So
You
yeah.
gotta know you can hold
So sophomore year, that's 11 to 20. You are developing your core beliefs. This is when a man is the most rebellious.
Yeah.
That's when he rejected his parents' beliefs most because he's developing his own, and you're figuring out your passions. You know, like even playing, like want to play professional ball, or that's when you like science and you want to do some science stuff. You know what I mean? Your sophomore year, that's when you're figuring out the things you like, not what you're going to do. You know what I mean? But just I'm always gonna like to watch the football. You know what I mean? I like football. You know what I mean? Track is a passion of mine. That was one of my favorite sports in high school and stuff like that. Shit. I was learning how to rap back then also. That was one of my passions. Still doing it to this day. And you also, again, you want good teachers in these moments. In your sophomore year, that's when men and women separate. Mainly in relationships because women get introduced to sex quicker than dudes do. You know what I mean? Shit, we all know about the 14-year-old that be having a 21-year-old boyfriend. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Back when we was kids, that wasn't too different. You know what I mean? But now it's crazy. And remember that little phase between 19 and 20 can make or break you. Yeah. Speaking of that, I saw a dude on Sangamon County Mugshots, a friend that I went to high school with, and he always been a creep ball. You know what I mean? Shit, and I knew he. And when he was 19, that's when he fucked up. You know what I mean? Shit, messing with a 14-year-old. You know what I mean? You you supposed to learn. During your sophomore year, you can't do things like that. You know what I mean? After this 18, that's what I'm saying. After that 18, 19, 20, that's the limbo. That's the limbo state. You meet a bad little, now that ain't number 5 years older, but 14 and 19 is all the way different. You know what I mean? Shit, and mental and everything. You know what I mean? So, but I can understand how at 19 you could think this is a bad little 14-year-old. You know what I mean? Shit. That still ain't even in high school when you was in high school. But when you left high school, this the freshman? This the freshman year? You know what I mean? I just left last year. You know what I mean? So you're supposed to know you can't do that. You know what I mean? So you're still a man at that, you know what I mean? But he got in trouble for some shit like that. Messing with a girl under 14. You know what I mean? 14, that was 14 or 13. I don't remember. Hold on.
She was underage.
Yeah, underage. You know what I mean? So these are your sophomore year is when you're learning to not do things like that. You're learning your morals, your values, stuff like that. What else? 19 and 20s limbo. Then you're 21 to your 30. That's your junior year. That's when you're supposed to discover your life path. Trying different things. During these years, it's safe to try and fail and make mistakes, but not big mistakes. You know what I mean? Shit, don't just have reckless babies, young man. You know what I mean? You should learn off of one or two to stop, and you should only have 2 babies in your 20s. You know what I mean? 2 babies tops. This coming from a guy with 3. That have 3 in his 20s. You know what I mean? I stopped though. I said, hold up. God damn it. You know what I mean? Shit. Those are all before the age of I was 23. I think I was 23 when I was 22. 22 or 23. You know what I mean? Shit. So I went. So yeah, my 20s was like that.
20s.
That's also as a man when you're building your masculine presence. As a woman, building your feminine presence. You should. You're an adult now. In your prime, your best. You know what I mean? Are you about to go do OnlyFans? That's a decision you have to make. Are you about to be a stripper? Are you about to take the easy route and for easy money? You know what I mean? Because for some reason you think money is important. I mean, it's definitely important, but how you get it is more important. But as a man, you should be building your masculine presence, building your reputation, like what people know you as. Are you gonna be a fucking thief? So if niggas know you as a thief, I got a couple friends like that. I ain't letting that nigga around here. Or a horn dog, or a clown, you know what I mean? Shit. Somebody untrustworthy. Every time you come around, something gets stolen. You know?
Ladies don't want to.
There you go. You know what I mean? Shit, that's what the 20s, 21 to 30s for, is building that up. Who was you then? You know what I mean? So when you say I ain't no perv, yeah, you can look. I ain't been don't nobody know me as no perv. You know what I mean? Shit. I ain't no creep. You know what I mean? Shit. I ain't no lazy dude. I've been working.
This ain't no perv.
If you've been working this whole time, you ain't lazy. You know what I mean? You're proving something. You know what I mean? Shit. So that's when you discover your path. You know what I mean? So by 31, in between 31 and 40, you should be developing your path. That's understanding where you're going. Have a plan, and you got to lock in on whatever this path is. You know, have your career set. You know, that's what you do between your 31 and 40. At least know what you're passionate about, and because a man don't reach his financial stride until he's 55. So this is what the 40s. This is what that's why a man's life begins at 41, because this whole time I'm trying to get here to get on my stride. You know, I can't just start tomorrow and be where I'm at today. You know what I mean? Shoot, like you'd be shocked at how many people respect you. Like this happened a couple times, more than a couple times, but like you be thinking you ain't shit. You know what I mean? But they can tell you, oh man, Bree, I listened to that song you made one time and nigga, I ain't never heard nothing that good before. You know what I mean? Something like that. A nigga told me, hey man, motherfuckers be watching you, man. We appreciate you, man. I'm like, oh, okay, shit. I appreciate you telling me that.
Word.
You know, shit. You building your reputation up, you know, shit. Like just with the little with the meme thing that was going on. Somebody said, hey man, I don't know Prez, but I hear you a good dude, you know. Yeah. And you probably should just quit while you ahead or whatever, you know what I mean, to the other dude. Stuff like that. I'm like, I like hearing stuff like that, you know what I mean? Shit. I be thinking that I'm not doing what I should be doing, you know what I mean? But then I get a confirmation. And as a guy, you don't hear that often. As a woman, women get affirmations all the time. Like, if you're pretty, motherfuckers will tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit. Girls only tell you when you're handsome. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or when they think you're handsome at that. So when you hit that 31 to 40 mark, that's when you supposed to be you made. Yeah. And now I got to build on what I made. So my house is finished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I got to build on it. And everybody can't be a millionaire. Everybody can't be a billionaire. You know what I mean? So it ain't about the money. You know what I mean? Sure. I want to just be able to be comfortable. You know what I mean? All the time. You know, when I can pay for some tickets for my daughter and it don't hurt me, that's fine. You know what I mean? Because I know at one point I was like, I'm just thinking about all the stuff shit I do, and at one point I couldn't afford to do none of this. You know what I mean? Shit. Or something like that. You know, I enjoy my life, and so a lot of people don't enjoy that. So I appreciate that, and I think that's why I just anecdotally I built myself up to be. So 41 to 50 is full blown. You ride now. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get to 55. I gotta get to 50. I gotta get my whatever. I'm trying to get my money up all the way to 55. Because then, shoot, what's gonna change after that? Now you should have everything straight. You know what I mean? And also that's when the divide comes, as you can see with Shannon Sharp. You know what I mean? Shit. Because when you're a healthy, wealthy man, you can go 21, 19. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shit. And shit like, but again, you on a whole nother path, and that they wasn't on. You know what I mean? So, you know what I hate to hear is, I hate hearing. So, what do you even got in common? Like, what did Shannon Sharp and the girl have in common? You know what I mean? Now, of course, he got an OnlyFans model. It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you should know something gonna go wrong with this. But as an older man and a younger woman, we don't gotta know anything. We ain't gotta have nothing in common. That's a thing women like to want, is that we have everything in common. But you don't know, y'all wouldn't like that. You know what I mean? So I can talk to her about things like, I got her here. Shannon Sharp don't need this bitch for nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shit. He's here. She's here to be pretty and beautiful and get fucked up. You know what I mean? So if he has to talk to her, and so she is gaining all type of shit. You know what I mean? So it's definitely an equal exchange. You know what I mean? Shit. She giving him her. He giving her game. You know what I mean? Shit. But she done took it to another level now. But
Which is great.
yeah. You got anything coming up, Brett?
No, just a trip to Atlanta. My nephew graduating.
Okay.
So I won't be here from like Wednesday to next Monday or something.
Okay. We'll hold it down for you here a little bit. Just
Yeah. I'll try to tune in and say what's up.
appreciation. I got a paint night coming up in June.
Okay.
June 28th. It's from 5 to 7. I'm trying to find the flyer. Probably erased it. But it was June 20th. Oh, okay. All right. It's called the Summer Strokes Soiree.
Summer Strokes.
Yes. It's June 28th from 5 to 7:30. It's 30th spot or you can get 4 spots. That's a whole table for $100. That's gonna be a good time. I'm also doing a boxing camp. It is $190 for June and July. Hit me up if you want to sign your child up for that. And as always, you can come get your body right at Presidential Fitness and Female Emporium. We always get a free aid.
Downer.
And if you need a character, go ahead and hit up Pop-Up Party Pals. We got over 50 characters for your events, family get-together. Summer's coming up, so hit us up if you need a water war party. That is Deadpool coming to you for 30 minutes, and he brings 100 water balloons and 5 water guns. 5 water guns, and Deadpool got his own water gun, and mine bigger than y'all. So I can't be in the war with the same gun y'all got. And like I tried to do that one time, but when they all got the same gun you got, and it's 5 against 1, I'm not better than y'all. Oh shit! I'm talking about niggas squirting in my eye and my face. It's all face shots. And I'm in a mask, so I'm getting waterboarded right now. You know what I mean? I'm in that motherfucking. Oh, you can see me almost die before.
That's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking.
Spider Snakes.
Yeah, shoot. So my water gun is a. That motherfucker got squirt power. Okay.
They need to bring back Super Soakers, man.
They're not around no more?
I think they are, but they're not like they used to.
No, okay. I'm gonna say shit.
Because, like, bruh, it was one. So I remember they had the regular one that had like the 2-liter bottle on it. Right?
Okay, yeah.
And then they brought out the one that had like 2 tanks on the back, and it was like a machine gun. And then they brought out the one with the backpack, and you had like 45 minutes of spraying power in that bitch. Like, and then they had like sets, you know.
You were a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, nigga, like you had like the medium one and the handgun one with the water bottle size joint up.
Or then you had the one with the 2 guns coming off with the backpack.
Yeah.
Oh man, those.
Yeah, they was snapping.
Oh yeah. The only thing about them, they was heavy as fuck, nigga.
All that water.
Hold on, you can't hold that motherfucker like so. You gotta real rifle.
That's a 2-hander.
And it is Monday, so next time you'll see us is tomorrow. You coming up?
Probably not.
Okay. Next time you'll see me will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. for another episode of More Than Ninjas. And then coming here on Wednesday for an episode of Girl Talk. That's at 8 o'clock. Don't be 8 o'clock. Miss Lovely, Miss Heather won't be there for that episode either. But I will be back here on Thursday for another episode of More Than Ninjas Sports. And that's at 10 o'clock. And of course, you do 7 days in a row, brings you right back to today. So next week, join us on Monday, or join me probably just on Monday. Next Monday at 8:30 for another episode of A Real Ninjas Podcast. And I'll never get this set up for you guys. So let's get Ninja started up. That's nice.